Hi guys, today I have a Q&A for you which I kind of decided to do to celebrate the fact that I have moved to London more than a year ago now. I've been living in London for a year, which is crazy, and I decided to ask you guys if you want to ask me some questions about what I think about living in London now that I've been here for a year. The first one is, why did you decide to move to London and how did the moving go? I think I answered this question quite a few times, so I'll try to be short. I decided to move to London because I didn't see the future in my country, to be honest. I graduated from university and the career path I wanted to take just wouldn't be very possible in my country. I really wanted to work in beauty and social media, and my country is just a little bit too small to pursue a career in that field. So that's like the main reason why I moved, to just start my career in the field I want to work in. And I've always loved London. I've always wanted to live in London, and I've been fantasizing about the move for the past, I don't know, 10 years. So I felt like after graduating university it was just the right time. And with this whole YouTube and blogging thing, I also thought that I would have more opportunities here, maybe get to meet more people that kind of do the same things as I do, and just like feel more accepted here, because I think most people back home thought I was a bit of a freak. So yeah, these are my main reasons, I guess. How did the moving go? Well, I actually moved here first in October, and I went to work as an au pair, which turned out to be a really bad experience, but I really don't want to talk about it, maybe one day. So I was doing that for a couple of months, and then I came home for the holidays, for the Christmas holidays. But before I came back for the holidays, I found a flat, or like a room in a shared flat, and I decided to come back in January after the holidays, and I did that. The moving was quite interesting. I had a lot of stuff at the house. I used to be an au pair, and I moved all my stuff to my friend's flat, who is now the person I'm actually living with. She let me use her flat for a couple of weeks to store all my stuff. And then when I returned back from Slovenia, I brought some additional stuff with me that I obviously took to my new place, and I also brought all the old stuff to my new place. So that was the first part of the move. And I obviously had to sort out some documentation, and like find a job and all that jazz. But yeah, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was quite stressful, and I almost gave up, but I'm glad that I kept on going, because everything kind of turned out alright, and I hope that it will stay like that for a while. Next question is, was it hard to make friends? Making friends in London is really hard. It can get very lonely. And basically all of the friends that I have here are people that I met online through YouTube. So thank God YouTube exists, because otherwise I wouldn't have any friends, I don't think. I either met them on YouTube because they're creators as well, or just met them through friends who are YouTubers. So basically my whole life revolves around YouTube, but that's how I met people. So if you have like a blog or a YouTube channel, that's a great way to connect with people who have similar interests. If you don't do that and wonder how to make friends, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. I'm like the worst person to ask this question, because I have social anxiety and I find it really difficult to like approach people. But I mean, I guess like when you have a job, you meet people naturally, and then, you know, they introduce you to others. So yeah, I hope that answered your questions. Next question is, do you miss Slovenian food? Yes, I do miss Slovenian food. I think it's the best. Like, our food is actually really tasty. And I haven't realized that before I moved. Another food question, what is your favorite food here, like in London? I have to be honest and say that I mostly cook my own food, and obviously it is like Slovenian. I mean, our food is quite diverse, so it has a lot of influences from like other European countries, and it's very like, I don't know, it's nothing special, I guess. But yeah, I just eat what I used to eat back home, like just normal things, I guess. I do have like English food from time to time, like fish and chips, baked beans, but Slovenian food tastes better. I don't really have like a favorite English food. I mean, it tastes like completely fine, but you know what I love about the food here though? Street food. I love that there's a lot of street food, and I also love that you can basically try cuisines from all around the world here. I have to admit that I'm quite careful with what I eat. Most of the stuff are spicy, unfortunately, and I really can't stand spicy food. But I am trying to like try at least 1 or 2 new dishes that I haven't eaten before a month. And yeah, I kind of started that back in like February. I kind of fell off the wagon, but I want to start doing it again because I really want to try out like different foods now that I can. Next question is, do you miss Slovenia? I'm not sure if I do, to be honest. I obviously miss my family and my little comfort zone, security bubble, but I don't miss it as a whole. Like, I don't really imagine moving back home now. I think I would be really miserable because I got so used to the life I have here now. It's a lot more exciting. But obviously there are times when I feel a little bit down and I would like to go home, and I miss like homey stuff in certain places. So yeah, obviously I do miss it from time to time, but I'm quite happy in London right now. So I wouldn't really want to move back home. I don't miss it that much. Next is, could you compare British lifestyle to Slovenian? What are pros and cons of living in London? Obviously I live in London, so I can only talk about London, which I think is very different from the rest of the UK. One thing I would say is that life in London is very go, go, go. It's really fast-paced. There's always something going on, and it's kind of hard to find time to just relax and unwind, which is obviously like very different from the life I had back home, which was quite boring. But I think that's just because London is a big city, and you know, big city life is different from, you know, living in a small town in a tiny country. It can be a con and a pro at the same time, because on the other hand you have all these things going on and you can never really be bored. Like, if you want to go do something and if you have the money to pay for it, you can go do it, you know. There's always something going on. There are concerts, events, like great shopping, all these amazing like cultural things. There's always something going on. One thing that is also very different is that London is one of the most expensive cities in the world, and life here is hard if you don't have a huge paycheck, because everything is so freaking expensive, especially the rents. The rents are ridiculous. The transportation is expensive. Restaurants, events, like everything costs so much money that it's really difficult to enjoy all of these things that are on offer when you don't have a, you know, big paycheck. The last question is, what is your favorite thing about London? Like I already said, I love that there's so many things going on here. You really can't be bored. And I also love the fact that it is such a diverse city. These were all the questions that you guys asked me. Thank you again to those of you who submitted them. I'm not sure when I'll be doing my next Q&A, but I definitely want to do one in the next couple of months. So if you have any questions for me, either questions about beauty, personal questions, or completely random questions, please leave them in the comments down below and I'll make sure to include them in my next video. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!